Oh, I got given this by a customer, so I brought it for everyone to have. If you guys want, probably. I have no idea if it's good. I also got given
It's gonna be good.
12 pack of Pepsi.
Definitely just start up, then he just goes.
Yeah.
All right, we have started. You guys just made your getaway from the battle where Daku's ship arrived. And you guys watched Doc and
Docu.
Daku and turned the undead dragon into a
Undead dragon.
Undead dragon. Yes. Saw some familiar faces in Tarsuvius.
And some not familiar faces leaving the room.
Yes.
Good mixture.
Altair died. And Titus not happy with. Did you say thank God? And Titus was not happy with Balazar as Balazar's first day on the job.
Even though I healed him to full health, or at least 1 HP
Yeah.
in battle.
To be fair, I think Hythe was mad at all of us, and also was mad at my character because I think I was the one who was really saying "let's go down." So, it's not all.
No, it's not. But I took it out.
Yeah. Oh.
Perfect. You can all blame the new kid.
Yeah. You're a scapegoat, dude. Okay.
Soon not to be.
I just did a recap.
Anytime already.
Last character. One bones happened so far.
Run it back.
And you are still in your ship on the way out towards Cobbletown. Give me 1 second. That worked immediately. Awesome. There you go. As you are along the way, let's see if I can do it down. No barking, Bobo.
I have a burrito and it's not for you.
Not for you.
It's not a burrito.
Yeah, you guys are making your way there. After there's been you guys, the first few hours after that, you guys will get a long rest after the battle, which is good to know.
I'd like to try and read my book.
Okay. Altair does have loot and stuff.
But yeah, we do need
also,
to.
So if you want that many, you take the same for Roka.
Boom!
They're yours.
That's my.
I'll wait till after this whole thing's done.
Yeah, so if
I'll.
you want, you can immortalize them, and I can put them in my thing and use them.
I just want. So it's a 16.
Okay.
That's the last one I needed for the book.
Perfect. You
So-
are now proficient.
Yep.
And I unintentionally attuned the marble.
Uh,
Just like
sure.
he just flies over and I'm just like,
Yeah, somebody's got to go for it. I believe Rogar had only one time before, so now the DC is 14, not 16.
Technical expertise now.
nope, not even with my hand here.
Deception.
Ooh, right.
Nope.
Right.
Well, we just leave it.
What were you? You were trying to link with the bird?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The next morning,
Right, he ate it up.
great, good job, Baba. Does anybody say anything? As Altair's body is still on.
I would go up to it, and kind of look around and say, we're gonna have to figure out what to do with his body. I don't think any of us knew him very well. I don't know if anybody has a specific thought on what to do with it. If I'm being honest, brutally honest, I don't want to have to try and lug it around and get it back through that portal. So we can decide. It doesn't have to be decided right now. As well as, just to be pragmatic, he has items as well as folds and I think we should divvy that stuff up.
You're starting to think like a wasteland.
Do what you gotta do.
Fight with honor,
Mm.
and I respect what he did.
We could give him a wastelander death.
What? What's that?
That opens a hole.
I mean, he would fly for one last time.
Another race.
I saw him flying up that hill.
That's right.
Yeah, she made me fly. We flew together.
Do you want to know what he had on him?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. So 3 folds.
I'm just gonna write this down,
Each get one.
and then
All right.
okay.
Sounds good.
Your dagger.
Oh, nice. I'll leave that with him.
These tools.
Right. I've got these tools, but would anyone else have usage for them?
You just try to take your remaining pick locks. Sometimes I
Okay.
count the pick locks.
Oh, gotcha.
So just write times 2 pick locks. I don't think you've used any yet.
No.
That's the only thing. The what?
Wait, didn't you use it on the ship in the very beginning? And did you buy more?
That's the only thing that I would actually be
Yeah,
like.
probably.
What's you actually have?
Yeah.
I have like Benford gear, which I won't label everything. And the healer kit.
I'll take the healer's pet. If that's
And
okay with everybody.
Go for it.
the scroll of modifying.
I take it back.
I say go for it.
I will take the skull of modified memory.
The companion pool will roll as the companions will all play their game.
Ishtik.
Roll initiative first. Who has a 99? Go ahead and give me a roll.
What is this roll for again?
20 just adds to their number.
19.
Which takes him to 118. Yes. Did you hand me some?
Yeah.
There it is. Good one from Rifflin.
Fruity Pebbles popcorn.
Tastes pretty good.
Oh, you like so bad, Leo.
Oh yeah, they're not. They're,
What you
Cocoa
got?
Puffs. Or,
7.
the
7.
the chocolate version.
The only thing I have
Cocoa
Yes,
Puffs.
Cocoa Pebbles. Yeah. Wow.
You can do it now.
Cocoa Pebbles and Cocoa.
We roll ones.
Down on my own. Yeah.
Balazar, I assigned you to Farin,
Sure.
current leader, so you can give me a d20 for his companion check.
6.
And there's Easton. He's still firmly in last place. So the new companion pool leaderboard.
What did Ishtik get on his roll?
You just rolled it.
You're 19.
Gotcha. I saw you roll as well. I
No,
thought
it's
you
pretty
rolled and. No, I saw it when you were first doing the.
Oh, yeah.
I was just thinking for some reason that we both rolled.
New pool. Which has Ishtik taking the lead. With a good performance here. Which means he gets a roll to level up right now.
Yeah.
+2.
Okay.
Natural 12. DC 15 to upgrade again. Natural 20. Back-to-back natural 20s.
Holy shit.
And he only had 2 more to level up, but he's leveled up all the way.
Oh, awesome.
Hell yeah, Ishtik.
Dang.
Oh, you knew it.
Oh,
Straight
you
up
good
boy.
boy.
Well,
We do
this.
this.
Just take that. How do we do over there on health?
I rolled a 3, 6, 6, 8, 2, 7, 7.
Which is above average.
It is pretty high.
Okay. Ishtik fully leveled up.
Holy crap.
You'll get inspiration for that.
Yes.
Dude, this is the first inspiration I've gotten in this campaign.
Well done.
So fun.
Pretty nice.
Smart.
Nice.
And now that the mood's lightened,
Mm-hmm.
what's that called when you do that? When you take one letter?
Mm.
I think there's a word for it, but
Yeah.
That's crazy. This chicken's all blue.
love it. You love to see it.
Wow, look at that.
Hate to watch you go.
Now that the mood is lightened,
Mm.
conversation starts flowing a little bit more. Did Altair's body get thrown out the hatch?
I was about to say I'm gonna go make a hole and push him out. Anybody who would like to say anything or just watch is welcome to come. I'm gonna go to the rear of the ship. Use my sickle to create. I'm gonna try my best to create like almost a bird shaped hole,
Okay.
like in an artistic reference to him, and then slowly push him out.
Okay.
Do it.
I'll take the bowl.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Taran will.
Okay.
He will say, "May your stonehammer strike true."
Give me some more milk, you guys.
Yeah. Which is an excellent phrase.
May he find honor in the next life.
And with that, we will carry on towards Hubbletown. During this journey, the first light-hearted conversation that's going to take place will be between Bale and Kathy, who are almost like got into a fun debate with Taran, but now it's almost turning into like an argument. That the whole ship could hear. Not really an argument, but they're debating on who what is prettier, mountains or rivers. It's got to a point where they've come to you three to ask your opinions and weigh in.
Rivers.
And Bale and Kathy go, "See, we told you."
Mountains can only be mountains, but rivers can flow through anything.
Mountains. Because without them,
You.
you have rivers.
Rivers don't have to be in mountains.
What feeds rivers?
Mountains. Taran says we
Also oceans, lakes,
No,
the rain.
feed the ocean.
Yeah, but it can go both ways.
And our lives now turn to Balazar. He's got the tiebreaker.
You would have to say mountains. They are strong and sturdy.
This game is a rig.
Because we sided with Taran, Taran will have advantage on companion roll for the next fight, as he feels a little bit more founded in his ways and his opinions.
That's good. Should we bring him?
And now, a few 20, 30 minutes later, Ripley's walking around the ship, like looking. He comes up to Agna and he's like, "Excuse me," he like kind of moves, looking at some of like the different little stuff on you and on your armor.
Is he like touching me?
He would have came up and
Okay.
touching.
What are you doing? As he's like,
I'm a detective. I'm searching.
but searching for what? You're kind of invading my personal space.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm playing hide and shrink. It's a game Easton and I created where he shrinks something in the House of Spare, and I find what he's shrunk.
Trying to play help?
That's your investigation check.
Okay. It's covered.
Is that another nat 20?
Yeah.
Is that 3 in a row,
That's
Abram?
3 in a row.
I'm telling you, I'm very
It's hitting the other battle.
Yeah, no, I'm wasting all of them.
You find
Okay.
it is marble has been shrunk. Just ever so slightly.
bird.
Also, kind of cradle him softly, be like, we should probably.
It's like 10%.
Okay.
Well,
Still,
yeah, yeah.
okay, gotcha. That's crazy.
Are you gonna tell Ripley or let him continue to look?
I'll bring it to Ripley and be like,
Yeah.
if you want, you can bring this to Easton, and I won't say that I found him.
Investigator's honor. You give credit where credit is due. He says, "Easton, I've lost another one." Easton goes, "Oh yeah. These days, brother."
Don't throw it.
Um,
No, I'm not
Shepard.
Just don't watch me.
I was trying to pull it back up now.
Oh,
Okay, you also know with the critical that if he can be shrunken, he could also be enlarged.
I'll go up to Easton
Yeah.
and ask, what skill were you using to do that?
It's my identity. And you guys remember that he gets the winds.
Sit down.
He gets the winds and makes them bigger.
Oh, right.
So
He
his
does
them
that.
up.
That could be quite useful.
Yes. Oh my god, you're completely correct. We could use him as a skip.
True, we could use him as a skip. We also, to what scale can that shrink or enlarge things?
He goes, well, theoretically, incredibly large. It's just is a matter of how many charges I could get, but I could probably get them to the size of a griffin.
Okay. Interesting. Would it hurt the bird at all to go to proportions such as that?
Only if he got attacked. Well, maybe in combat would be a bad idea, but just to use him as a skip during cobblecraft dogfights would be risky, but
Could be doable.
is doable.
Yeah.
I'll keep thinking on this.
Okay. Yeah, please.
Okay. Additionally, he goes, while we're at it, I did capture another sample during our last battle.
Some of the winds?
Yes. When we get into Cobbletown, I'd like to enhance them.
Okay.
And take a look at it. I know none of us speak Tongue of the Watcher, but perhaps somebody on Cobbletown will, and we can figure out how to proceed this. If not, at least we have it.
Yeah.
We can document.
Well, at the very least, I'd like to try and find a book that might teach me how to read
Certainly.
or speak it. I'm decent with languages, so
Good.
I think I could do that.
A little later,
No.
Taran will ask, he will say, it's good. When are we going to get into Cobbletown? Later tonight or early in the morning?
That's a long journey.
It is. We have the death wind at our back, so we have to just go at normal pace.
I would go ask Easton, is there any way, I know that you're studying the winds, but through capturing them, is there a way we could use them as a propeller, in a way?
I am no thaumaturgist. Perhaps there could be certain spells that could do something akin to that, but it would take a lot of energy for a little out.
Gotcha. Okay.
I
I
bet a
was just
ship would be
curious.
the most profitable idea.
talking.
Okay.
And then, Pike will go,
You have something to say?
well, it's it. You know, make it tonight. You gotta start tonight. I'll try, or I'll try. It's not my decision. And then Taran will ask, what are we going to do when we get to the city? There's the plan. Hyde says, I will get contact that night, and I hopefully will be able to meet with later Bone Split. And hopefully, we know that Doc was in the area. He could just come here and we can get the deal done. Just use that.
What is the deal specifically?
And he goes, about time you asked. Daku kills all the slaves in parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, slavers.
Why would he be so willing to do that?
He gets to feed on them. It's a win-win.
But why does he need to call it your permission? Why does he need you? He could just go and do that whenever he wanted.
Why did he need it the first time when he came to Axelfinch?
I find that to be more him testing the realm, testing the kingdoms. To me, that's how it seemed, not their permission.
Perhaps it still is. Perhaps he has something to gain by being our ally.
So it's to be Axelphage's ally.
Only Axelphages. Whoever is enslaved in Hajim and Amenhotep, that's millions of people.
What do you think the other kingdoms will think of that? Of him building his own community here?
The slave wars have been at the brink of breaking out for 1,000 years now.
Mhm.
I think they'd be happy
Ah,
if somebody else came in and did their work for them.
I don't know if they're going to be so happy that it's the Lich King, though. I understand that wars have been on the brink for a long time. I understand that I, more than anyone, understand the horrors of slavery, but I don't know if it's going to be so easy for one such as the Lich King to come in and do this and just be readily accepted.
It might not be easy for them, but they're not doing it.
So you're going to make that choice for everyone.
I will make the choice to kill all the slavers and free all the slaves. That is
And-
my cross to bear, sure.
What will you and your kingdom get? Will the Salvation Last Hope? King,
House of Unhope, you're talking about the Lich Kings or the one that's
the one we
Last Hope Colony?
Last Hope Colony. Will the Last Hope Colony be allowed back to Axophage through Daku's portal?
I'm hoping, but that is part of negotiations.
Okay.
Okay. A few hours later, you guys are on the way, and Ishtik says, we're getting kind of near the city, so maybe everyone gets to their stations and we look out for something? It can be a little hairy.
You got it.
Everyone will follow and get battle stations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. While you are there, where does Balazar go?
He's Gunner.
Gunner. Beautiful. He's in the gunner slot, and while you're kind of sitting there, nothing's really happening. You're essentially just waiting for the scouter to see something and shout down to a crewmaster, and then the crewmaster tell everyone battle positions type of thing. So
Who is
in-
Brewmaster? You don't know.
it would probably be a companion that can do it, or we wouldn't have one.
Alright.
Tarn, probably.
Yeah. Or it can be a
Kai.
Houston can as well. Alvinson's gunner. Crewmaster, Bale and Cap. So it's up to you guys.
Mm.
Arn or Bale and Cap.
Tarn. Unless anybody else has any different.
No. That works for me.
Okay. During this time, what are you doing when you're sitting there? It's probably hours are going by where you're just waiting to see if battle takes place.
I am at the, have my sword just ready, and I'm just polishing it, cleaning it, making sure there's no stain. It's nice and pristine. Kind of like how people or military guys take apart their gun
Sure.
and put it back together. It's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing where I take apart my whole sword, clean it, and then put it back together.
You hear a voice, and now there's somebody behind you, and it is Taran, and he says, Balazar, right?
Yes.
And he goes, I see the way you carry yourself, the style of blade you have, the way you fought, and I heard about your code. First thing I want to say is I apologize for the way my brother treated you. He's the only one out of all of us that is prepared to meet the Lich King. None of us were. And he snapped on me. He shouldn't have.
It's understandable within the circumstances that were given.
If you can find it in your heart to forgive him, I would appreciate that.
It's within my code to forgive everybody with honor.
Speaking of that code, I've only known of one people in history that have spoken the same way you have and carried themselves the same way. And so I have one question. Have you been here long time?
Very long time. Around 500 years.
And he looks up because he imagine some people might be listening, and he just says, I'll speak discreetly, but did you travel with the group that I think you might have?
Yes, I believe so.
And he just says, were you there at the end?
I was.
Makes sense now. I also watched my kingdom die. It's not easy.
It wasn't easy, yes. Especially because the way my master had died was unnecessary. And I had failed him in my previous life.
Well, hopefully you can make him proud in the journey we have ahead of us.
That is why I'm here.
And he just kind of goes, okay, And you guys might have heard perception checks from both of you two.
14.
10.
You would have picked up most of that. It's just very small. You guys have. A few minutes later, Ishtik will come find you,
Mm-hmm.
and he will say, "Can I speak to you?"
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "You're patches. You can kind of be anywhere."
Yeah. Yeah.
Pulls you off to the side, and he says, I wanted to tell you before you heard it anywhere else. Where we're going, Hobbletown, people don't like me very much."
I had gathered that for a few different little things that you had said. Is there a reason? One of your old groups?
Well, yeah, they don't like that I've failed so many things, but they also know about my first life. I was, Munadi. I owned Sifa Kalar. And by the look of you, you seem like you were accepted. I want you to know that I died trying to free my Sifa Kalar. He feels like it's very awkward for him to talk to somebody who was a slave.
That seems a bit odd. Was there a specific circumstance? Why would a Tiplar, or why would someone who owns do that?
It was just the day-to-day, watching what they went through. I thought of myself going through that. But I was conscripted into the Einthar for it and killed in battle.
It is one of the more barbaric things that regime ever thought of. So,
Well, many people believe I deserved it, but I wanted to say to you that I think that my time with the group might be coming to an end.
why would it be coming to an end?
Watching Altair die and Rogar, I feel like I'm failing all over again.
I don't think you're failing. I think this mission has been difficult, to say the least, and they died outside of the realm that you could have saved them from. I don't think that's on you. You've done everything we've asked you to, and you've gotten us to the places that we needed to go. So, without you, we probably would have died a lot sooner, alone in the desert. So.
No.
No.
It is. And he says, thing. I need to. I'll think.
Okay.
And he leaves. You guys would then get another 8-hour long rest as you near the city, getting even closer. What?
Like to for any birds?
Okay. Like turtle them as a scouter, or you actually using your eyes? She'll get to look like.
I would probably go on that. If there have been any birds, or if she'd keep an eye out, just in case.
7 check.
4 plus.
It's 3 plus wisdom, right? So plus 7.
I know you proficient.
Yeah. So I believe it.
12.
12. You can see a bird, and then you'd like to describe it to him is probably how it would go. So you will give me a nature check or animal handling check to describe it to him. You're trying to jot it down, but then nothing materialized.
Totally fair. That's all right. I appreciate you trying. We found a bird, but it just wasn't the right one.
And then while you're up there, you'll hear Easton say, Akna, we're playing hide and shrink again if you want to come down.
As long as I'm not needed right now as a patcher, I'll happily play.
Okay. So he goes back down, she goes back down, and then almost as if, like, as soon as he's down the hatch, you see yourself like on her feet over the edge of the polygraph. As you fly closer and closer to the city. And she just looks up at you and she goes, you know it's your fault, right? She goes, This is a mess.
Mhm.
It's a dark pot. Okay, good. Hangs up, and then just like takes a step off the cobblestone and disappears. And then at that moment, you see Ripley poke his head up, and he goes, "Am I interrupting you?"
No.
He goes, "Sorry." And he gets up and he walks to the edge, and he sits down, like in the exact same spot that she sat down, and he takes out a pipe, and he just goes, "Gay grass." It's like tobacco.
Sure.
And he lights, under his cloak, he lights two of them so that the wind won't blow it out, since you guys are like exposed up here. And he like hands you one. And he goes, "Who was it for you?"
My sister.
And he like stops, and you see a tear come out of his eye and then shoot off of his head through the wind. And he just goes, me too.
It's hard.
And he stands back up, and he just goes, "I want you to know that," he says, "I feel that you are using hate to cast your spells. Hate of what happened to you with her and everything."
Alexa says timer for 10 minutes.
See that dot? And he points out into the distance, and you do see a dot and a bunch of other dots. He goes, "That's Cobbletown. And there are hundreds of people living there, just like me, who died and didn't have anyone to save them. And they live full lives, happy lives, like me. And I don't know how much you know about the magic you wield, but if somebody resurrects somebody, they cannot come to a place like this anymore. Their next death in Hardis is their last one. And so when you failed to revive Rogar, and you weren't there for Altair, that's okay. Rogar's probably in a field somewhere, and Altair is probably in the great Mount of Grod, mining away. But I don't know. I just think that you could use love to cast your spells. Love for your sister, if you can find love for the delinquents downstairs, them too. I think that would suit you better."
I think I was better at that in the past, but I'll try to go that direction again.
And he says, "That's what I would want for my sister, and I think that's what she would want for me." And then he just kind of like takes another drag and just goes, and he just looks off into space for a few minutes. Do you say anything?
I'm gonna ask him what he thinks we should do when we get to the town.
And he goes, "I don't know. I want to. Whoever did those spells to our city, if they're there, I would like to find them. Other than that, I just want to help the group as much as I can."
Do you think that the group's goal is the right goal?
I don't even think I know what the group's goal is. The conversation that just happened downstairs yesterday with Akna and Kaith? I don't know. Yes? Perhaps? It's a lot of dead people, but they're bad people. To me, it sounds like a good deal.
What would your sister think?
My sister always saw the good in people, so I imagine she would hope that she would think less murder is better. Perhaps I have some stuff to think.
Me too.
And in that contemplation, I will let you know, I think you're missing one component to your spells when you cast. I think you get an additional 2 plus your spell level when you cast. It was the life domain. Just double check under the subclass.
To help?
Yeah, like whenever you cast a healing spell, I think you get 2 plus whatever the spell's level is. So if you cast like Cure Wounds at 3rd level, you get 2 plus.
Yeah.
Whatever it
I
is.
was doing that before,
Yeah.
and then I sort of forgot. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
no
for
worries.
me, right? Yeah.
No worries. I just figured I'd let you know.
Thank you.
And I figured I'd tie it to a roleplay thing. But while you're standing up there, he goes, Remind me again, what is the color for I yield when you're popping a flare? He goes, and what did we see them do for Cobbleman? It's orange. He goes, then what's pink? And he just points out, and there's a pink flare just coming your way.
And say something safe.
He'll like, oh yeah, and he like climbs back down, and he goes, there's an enemy ship. He goes, I don't know it was an enemy ship, but at the time, and he snaps him out of it. And he goes, there's a ship. It's got pink flare. And then Ishtik goes, a merchant wants to trade with us. Wonderful.
Could it be a
Should
trap?
we let them in? He goes, that would be violating Wastelander law. It's unheard of, but it would be pretty unsanctioned, especially this close to Coppertown.
What happens when a merchant vessel meets up with us?
He goes, we trade if we like what they're selling.
Okay, well, just pull up alongside them.
Okay, they get closer and closer, and their ship is a very peculiar one, indeed.
You're on companion, just the way they're trying to pull up a picture.
Beautiful, thank you. This is what it looks like. It's got two side sails, and it is in the shape of a heart. As it
So close to Valentine's Day.
grows closer and closer.
Hey, is that the cruise you guys are going to be on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right near you, and then they almost offer to the top scouting position. And as you guys, somebody will pump their head out. It's just like some undead and goes, and goes down. You too, Sora, are you going?
Yeah.
Okay, the three will go, and they'll say, Ishtik will say something to the effect, if you need anything, scream.
Got it.
As you get onto the ship, there is music playing.
First, you're gonna click on this video, then you're gonna
It's just screaming of the damned.
Yeah.
And this is as you guys come down, there's you can see almost like a fluffy cat figure in the corner just playing away. The main character, however, that seems to run the ship and almost elegantly strides up to you is this beautiful lady right here. And she introduces herself. She says, "Hey, y'all. I'm Miss Mistress. How you doing?" Don't look, Pepper.
I'd probably stare for a moment.
At what?
Everything. Up and down. And then I would click back in and be like, "Hey, we're new here. We saw that we were told you're a merchant vessel. Just wanted to come see what goods you have."
And she goes,
Miss Mistress.
"Oh, honey, I trade in the best goods of all. The goods of the flesh."
Shiverl. Can you show us?
And she goes, "Of course." She goes back, she reaches, and she has this orb that swirls with pink energy. And she goes, "Here, I've apprehended this crystal. And this here crystal finds your perfect match. Not only that, I'll pay her to go on a blind date. One of you, when she gets to top of town. And if you like my services, and you will like my services, then you just come back and pay again. It's as simple as that. If I hear you dip out on my date, well, I'll have a couple of goons that'll do something about that."
I'm slightly confused. So we buy the item.
Oh, no.
You
That's not.
okay?
use the item, and I find somebody for you, perfectly for you. Never missed a match. Only a couple of people that wanted to dime over on Miss Mistress. They don't get too far. I'll tell you when and where to meet this match, and you will meet this match. And the match will meet you. What happens after that is, well, let's just say, you can keep that to yourself.
I'm okay for now, but thank you.
So none of you want to partake in my paid excursions. Did I mention it's 4 folds I pay to you?
And we get to keep the folds whether we like the person or not.
You're like the person, but yes, of course. Just throw on the date is all I ask.
I'll think about it.
And just think all you want. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the festivities. I've got a bartender, Avden, over there, and I've got my bar, Q.
Turn back to you guys and say, is this all they're selling? Staking services?
I turn around and said, "Is there anything else that you wish to trade?"
She goes, well, if you're looking at me, I am not for sale.
I think 4 folds is a lot of fold. It's not figures now. I'm sure we get that.
Do we?
Have everything set to go.
So outside of the game, just to make sure I'm understanding this right.
Yeah.
So she pays us 4 folds up front, uses...
No, we get it at the end of the date or whatever.
We get it, so we go back to her, tell her how the date went, and then we get paid?
No, you just get paid right now. I want to pay you right now. But she's saying that if you don't go on the date, she'll send somebody to hunt for you.
I thought she had said something about us having to come back after the date, though.
No, she said if you want to come back for her services
Yeah.
again.
Gotcha.
She said, because, like, I'd pay you the first time, you're going to be so hooked that you'll come back every time. That's how she gets back.
Cool.
How does this benefit her?
That's the weird part. That's what I'm worried about.
Repeat customers.
But does she pay at
But-
the time?
Or do we
Probably.
pay after that? Fourfold is a good amount.
What is everybody's full count at right now?
That's 6. How many?
5.
So we're at a good amount.
One more to add on is
Yeah.
quite a hefty amount.
True.
As you guys are here, the bard in the corner is just kind of sitting, whittling away at something. But there is a dog made of cobble copper. And this dog walks around the room, and it's at that moment you guys realize that the noise is not, in fact, coming from the person that's sitting in the corner, but it's emanating from the dog.
Does it seem like the bard enchanted the dog, or the bard has anything to do with the dog?
Well, you now believe that it's not an actual bard.
Mhm.
It's just a person sitting there, but you think that, yeah, this is probably the owner of the dog.
The dog specifically is walking and it's shrinking and extending.
Oh, I love that.
Like potential, yes. Teleporting.
Love it.
Would you like to describe what the person in the corner looks like?
Yeah, so the person in the corner has a face very similar to a demon tiger. You have that image?
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently in the corner, beak sort of like kicked up, and he's got like a bag just trinkets that he's kind of like working through, like colorful gems, bits and odds and ends. He's kind of like working and putting together. I think at this point he'll notice you guys, and then kind of get up, and walk over. Would I be able to see the ship that they're from?
Yeah, there's enough meters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would promptly nod and say it's actually Cole. It's my name, not Cool, as Mistress said. I keep trying to tell her that's correct, but
I have so many people come and go, and I mean come, and I mean go.
Yes, and I'm, as we all know, looking to go.
Hmm.
Are you interested or have space for a hitchhiker?
We have quite a big crew, but I mean, that seems to be our thing. Where are you going? Where are you hitching a ride to?
Anywhere. I am good with my hands. I would consider myself to be smart, as well as a good fighter, a protector too. I'll pack. There's like a sword at my hip, as well as a very large shield on my back.
Mm.
So, if you so desire a companion, I would love to help.
We do find ourselves in a lot of skirmishes.
Miss
And-
Mistress. And Cole here knows that my services are as good as can get. Ain't that right, Cole? And she emphasizes your name correctly this time as to be like, come on, help me out.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Jesus, been good on her word. Best ship I've flown in so far.
Would you like to go then?
Would I like to go on a date?
If her services are so good.
I'll go if somebody else goes. I'm not gonna be the only one going on a date.
You too?
I mean, if you're willing to do it, I suppose I could try.
She says, I'm only offering 4 folds to one person.
Mm.
And whoever doesn't take the folds can decide to go or not. And I won't come after that.
So we could both do it, and then one of us decide if we didn't want to. I would like to look at her. How do you find the people that we go on the dates with?
And she says, so the Lord comes in, honey.
And has anything bad ever come from one of these dates? Has anyone ever been?
No.
I'd like to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want me to? What do you want me to use?
That would be insight. Just checking if somebody's deceitful is insight.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 23.
You would be able to tell that she's not being completely truthful. She has had dates go wrong before.
I'd look at her and start speaking in trade speak to see if, like, as sort of a merchant, she'd understand and be like, I'm willing to do the date, but I do want some sort of assurance that this isn't some sort of trick.
This one's fully loaded.
She will say,
Should reflex problem?
oh no. Oh, I see you speak a tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Responding in trade speak. Now they're speaking in a foreign language. Here.
I speak with
Nice. And she goes, I could throw in one more fold, but only if you promise that if you like it, you come back.
Deal.
I'm gonna ask, if you find your person, then why would you come back?
Oh, these people aren't always for ever. They're sometimes for once. Twice.
Right, we do that.
Have fun.
Alright.
Okay, so you will accept her offer?
Yeah, I'll put up my hand.
Okay, she'll give you 5 folds.
I meant to shake, but I'll take that too.
She'll shake it very daintily, kissing the top of it with her weird brain tendrils that your arms are warmer than you thought they'd be.
I'll remember that forever.
I'm gonna walk over to Cole, or what did I say?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I admire your sword.
Well,
Might I see it?
No.
that was
Well,
one more
no,
folds.
you can't.
It's okay.
And then what you'll see is like essentially there's insect to the hill. It's just what looks to be almost just junk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's clearly messed with many, many times.
Like it's been redone.
Yeah, like the hill's been redone. Things have been inserted and pulled out. There's like scratch marks all along that like it's been messed with.
Does the blade look really nice, or
The
is
blade-
it also kind of like
The
that?
blade's not of like a really strong quality, but it's well crafted. In fact, yeah.
I hand it back to you.
And then I'll hold out my hands.
And then I will take out my sword and hand it to you.
Yeah. I'll look over. Is it like a?
It's like very, very old-fashioned katana style.
Mhm.
And then I take it back and be like, the fun thing about this is I knock a peg out, and then the whole thing just falls apart. Funny thing is how good the craftsmanship is. It takes one peg to ruin the whole thing.
And then is it like sharpened?
Yes, it's sharpened. It's like the blade is like to the most like it doesn't look like it's aged. And I've been here for like 500 years.
Yeah.
Anyway, just quickly put it back together.
11.
Hand it back to you if you want to keep looking at it.
I'll look at it for a little bit. I'll do the thing where you run your thumb over it. And I'll notice my fingerprints completely torn off. I'm chained it back to you.
What happens with the orb?
She'll go and look at it, and like little heart cobble copper cut out fall down, and she's just staring. It's a little performative, but she goes, oh, yeah.
I won't be able to like keep my eyes on her all this time.
After another minute and a half of it, she will go, oh, I know where you need to go, honey. And she is a delight.
Okay, well,
And she says,
glad to hear it's
go to Cobbletown. Let's get started. Go to the cluster. Cluster. Door 12, third green door on your right. You'll know her when you see her.
Door 12, third green door on my right.
Yeah.
You can't tell me anything about her?
He goes, no need, honey. The ball is spoken.
Oh, well, I hope it
Just make sure to come back to me, okay?
All right, I'll come back if all goes well.
Oh, it'll go grand. Just off my ship. See another incomer, then I need to go over.
Okay.
I'll scoop up the dog.
As I'm about to leave, I give you like samurai bow, and then I
Miss Mistress?
yes, as a kind of thank you for allowing us on your ship,
Sure.
and as a show of my respect, and I turn around and go.
Great. Okay. Wonderful. You guys will then approach Cobbletown. I'm just going to continue going. You will see Cobbletown as you approach. And this is it. They're going to wait for it.
Also, Cole? Is that how you say it?
Like, pronounced C-O-A-L.
C-K-U-L.
I was thinking Cole, like as in like Cole Cassidy.
C-O-L-E.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
It's
Cole Cassidy.
Cole Cassidy. Cole Cassidy's a famous cowboy.
Sounds like this.
Yeah.
Cool.
I see you on the ship.
I think
At this point,
you need to actually have me meet everybody. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably run the gambit.
I actually will remember all of these names perfectly. First time.
Wow.
Yeah. Cole's very courteous. He's very kind. He's very curt. Man of very few words, but he's good. He's looking, learning, and listening. He also seems very interested in the ship. As I walk through, he can clearly tell what the structural weaknesses of the ship are.
So, yeah, it'd be all.
Yeah. Like the most minor and most, important ones. And
Yeah,
trying to
together with
keep
duct
his
tape.
eyes locked on them.
Yeah.
Very curious for when he's going to have some downtime to just...
And he goes, and then Ishtik says, we have a patcher. He's really good.
Really?
he is really good.
Really?
Yeah, we just threw somebody out earlier.
Oh.
It was bodies fine.
Well, at least I wasn't a living person. Though. That'd be pretty bad to throw out something that's living.
We will if you don't. What?
No, I'm loving it. Go on.
If you don't stop not being nice.
So keep that.
It's okay. I see great honor within him. But I am.
Everywhere you go, Easton follows, by the way. Like, everywhere. Like, when you were investigating stuff, he was just staring at it.
I'm gonna give Easton a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And he just pulls out his notebook. Do you ever interact with anything?
With anything?
Yeah.
I get like dangerously close to touching things, but then I decide.
Every time, Easton will go. Yeah, we don't touch it.
Yeah, and then I'll kind of just be walking around, and then I'll nod about the whole patcher thing, and then go. If there are things more suited to you, I could also patch. I think you'd be very surprised at what I can do with Coffin Copper. I look at the dog.
Oh, nice. It's charisma. Yeah, it's not that bad, right?
Oh, all right. Well, really not really.
I think it was just compared to
Altair, yeah. I mean, I'm not for something different. I'm never against learning a new skill. It's kind of my thing, so I'll swap for a bit. I don't know how Crewmaster will go, but I'll try my best.
Everyone give me perception checks, including Cole.
19.
8.
12.
18.
Okay, only Sora will hear Hythe look at Tarn, and for the first time they actually go like nod in agreement, like let's go talk. And they go to talk. And you move over here, very faintly, Hythe will go, do you know who he is? And then Tarn says, you know what he is? And then they go, keep an eye on him. Just trying to agree.
I'm gonna call the patcher to me.
The Packer?
I'm gonna call the crewmaster to me.
Okay.
I thought you were just gonna call me the fuck out.
Not use names. Okay.
Would you?
It has the guise of I need it for this, not like Hopkins, come here and be like,
Sure.
crewmaster, come here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably wouldn't respond first because I'm not used to
Yeah.
being called that.
And I'd cough and say, oh, no.
Yeah, I would come over.
And I would whisper what occurred. Them talking about how he is. So, Easton's taking notes. Maybe he knows something.
Easton does
When you're doing your rounds,
Mm.
keep an eye out.
I will. I'll keep an eye and I'm gonna go talk to Easton.
I don't necessarily trust Kyle and Terrence, so it doesn't mean that we can't trust this guy.
I would agree there. They're nice. At this point, I trust Haran more than I trust Kite.
Yeah.
You gonna go talk to Easton? No,
Yeah.
this is okay.
If Easton is kind of on his own,
Yeah.
he's on.
Watch even.
I would go up behind him and just be like, "Can I talk to you? Crewmaster thing? It's a new position for me. I'd like to get your expertise." So, sorry.
It's okay.
Sometimes I'm sneaky without even meaning to be.
It's terrifying. Yes, of course. Yeah, he'll walk her.
I would just say kind of casually, "Do you know anything about the newcomer?"
Oh, you mean Cole? That's like
I'd be like, okay, Charles, my hand.
Nice guy.
Yes.
And let's talk quietly. I know anything about the story?
And he goes, limited. I know that he is a bastard of sorts. One would call him Setsy Zing's bastard. And he goes,
That seems odd. Why would he not be in Setsy Zing's afterlife?
you guys have the gun,
Yeah,
yeah,
I have it.
you have it. And he goes, that.
I would kind of like pull it out of the bag and be like, "Is he looking for this?" And then put it back in.
He would have some use in it. Are you familiar with the effects of Zyre? And how it pertains to Setsy Zing, and she's the goddess of luck and wonder.
And the
Sort
more
of-
you use it, the worse your luck gets.
Yes, if your luck were to plummet to such a degree that you would essentially have none, and then you had a kid, that kid becomes cold.
I've heard of things such as this. Am I able to make a history check to actually see if that's true?
You already made one.
Okay.
And you
Ah,
failed it.
gotcha. Never mind then.
Yeah.
I've heard of things such as this.
Yes.
People talk about the luckless,
Mhm.
have no other information. And he just says, I'm just taking notes, that's all. I just am curious about how he actually interacts with people.
I would be too. Keep an eye on him if you would, and let me know if there's anything that you learn of note
Of course.
or concerning.
Okay.
I appreciate it. And I would also say, and maybe keep the fact that I have the Zing thing on me between us,
We wouldn't want them using it against you.
just in case.
Anything else anyone wants to do amongst the crew?
I would go back
Yeah.
to Sora and tell her that everything Easton had said. And I would say, if we need to, we can always, if it becomes very known that I keep this on me, I may transfer it to you. The Zing thing, the gun. I don't believe
I was gonna say I've had to say.
it'll look like it, but
That's what it is.
I went to Bell Top Ten, so grab some burritos.
All right. You arrive at Cobbletown.
dude, I crew mastered the shit out of that.
Yeah, you did. Well done.
I'm going to tell everybody's getting like up. I'm kind of getting ready to like disembark. I'm gonna tell them this is a lawless town. There is no honor here, from what I've heard.
Thought Ishtik was saying that people live happy lives here.
People live happy lives in a house of unhope. This place is ran by the Lich King, but doesn't hold his sentiment of law and order. Has law and order, much more than than the Cobbled Man's ships would, but it's a bridge between, you could say.
Gotcha. Okay, well, we'll be on our guard then.
All right.
Luckily, we have a newcomer two newcomers who seem to know their way around these types of places, hopefully.
Do you guys think we should come up with a handshake? Just to solidify? Sure. We'll do like a full finger guns thing.
Old school finger guns.
I'll do it to Ishtik.
Go with the snap.
I was kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, it's a genius, you.
Okay, Cobbletown, a floating city hung a mile high. It drifts along with the winds of the Bastard Lands. It's a behemoth and a junk heap monstrosity of cobble copper. The ingenuity would make the Telosians of Featherstrand proud. That's the only floating city in Hardis. Its orange glint turns sickly with rust and grime. It's a dying sun, dimmed by the weight of time. Spires and twisted towers made of forgotten scraps of Pardis stand tall. As you take on the same winds that keep the city afloat, the city's main district comes to form. I will describe the 4 districts. There is the docking platforms, multi-layered platforms where dozens of ships come and go, dodging cobblecrafts on your way in. It's like a fish crossing a stream. As you come to land, you see several undead salesmen trying to offload their ships or make offer on other ships. Next is the stacks. The stacks appear to be where the housing and the merchants' stalls are. Slums buried deep while trash heap towers looms over the cities less fortunate. And then the 4th is the cluster. The cluster, a bundle of half-made cobble copper, culminating in a giant dome-like structure, by far the busiest section of the city. Whatever is happening inside this dome is exciting to all walks of life in this city. And lastly, the Lidlater base. It's the center of the city and stands tall above all other cobble copper structures. It's the pride and joy of the undead king of Cobbletown, Lidlater Bone Split. This is the picture of their tower, their base.
Can't really see.
Oh, thank you.
It's like the Jedi Temple.
I also posted descriptions of everything I just said. If you guys need to go back and look at it. Laura will get a hit of magic. And that can be passed to anyone. As you touch down,
Together.
yes, put it back together, and then you will know exactly where it will be. Finally, in every district you see from here, there is one there's one common thread. There is tempered chaos. Fights break out, yelling, hugging, kissing, elation, exaggeration. The city feels charged with both positively and negatively. It seems that you've watched a lit wick disappear into the stalk of a dynamite tube in a windstorm. Not sure if and when the spark will ignite and explode the thing. But one thing feels certain. These people won't be boring and surely will have much to say. Hype will, before you guys actually disembark, will say, before we all run off, I'm likely going to set up a meeting with Live Later Bone Split tonight. So don't go completely undoing yourself. We won't have a whole night's rest before we see you. Vale and Kathy will say, we're gonna go back to our house here in Cobbletown before we go see our father. I'd like to put my living body to good use one more time. And then Kathy hits him. Shut up. She says, we live in the stacks, bottom level with a view in the base of the tower. House number is J67. But not before you enter. If one of you wants, I have something that could help us get dirt on my father. Could be incredibly useful. Our J76. Next, Kite says, in case some shit goes down and we can't meet up at the Cobblecraft, meet up at Baron Cappy's. Ishtik then says, we will need to purchase a few upgrades and patches. We could also decide to upgrade our entire ship, or just certain parts of it if you wish. The cobble mechanics here don't get any better than right here. I also know somebody, so we can go talk to them.
Mm.
So you guys can plan your companions. During this day in Cobbletown, your companions will be doing one of four things by your order. To do so, they will make a companion check using their mods to succeed. You could also choose to have a companion do any of the following, or just stay with you as a present companion. One, you could have them work. It's a DC 12, and it gains the party 2d8 folds.
Mm.
You can have them scavenge. DC 14, they retrieve a magical item. Or DC 12, they could train, gain a skill, or mod level. You will make this call for all of the following companions at your side. Buffalo. Come in, Larry.
If Taylor and Copy are gonna go back to their house anyways, why not have them scavenge along with them?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Before you guys embark. This is all just housekeeping stuff. You guys will, this is kind of like fourth wall breaking a little bit, but you guys will have time to do one giant group thing and one individual thing each. And if you're curious of hey, is this a group thing or an individual thing, I'll tell you. This is more just to keep the campaign rolling instead of spending 7 sessions here and just doing everything. So, you guys can do the big thing first, or second. Big things would potentially include going and trying to find out whoever did that to the town, because that could more likely lead to a fight. Or buying and selling your ships would be a group decision you could do. So you'll get one of them, and then one everyone thing, and then you'll meet him. And if there's time the next day, which there probably will be, then you guys could do another thing or multiple other things. But that'll happen.
Do we want to roll for companion stuff first, and then
Yeah, maybe
and then
figure
kind
out
of
what they're gonna do.
figure out what we're gonna do?
Yeah, because if we are
Okay, so you guys you know exactly where the now called the Dominator is. And they are in
Forget you.
They are in the stacks. They have a house in the stacks. You feel like the magic's pulling to you.
Well,
I'm gonna see.
If somebody wants inspiration,
mhm.
you can take this apart. Or I'll just have them do it. Or I'll do the other.
I'll try it.
That's my
so-
Almost broke his.
well, I would say we maybe have one of the companions work, if we can, to get more folds, and then we try buying a ship maybe tomorrow.
Kite's not in that one.
Of course he's not, because Kite's a little cunt, dude.
He's gotta go stop the moon for the night,
Dude,
bro.
Kite can suck a dick. Go say Doctor's dick.
I think Ishtik working might be a good one, and then
Doesn't everybody?
Lee can go scavenge.
Yeah,
'Cause
maybe.
since he's kind of the smaller type.
I feel like Easton would love to scavenge.
And we use their modifiers?
Yep.
I think we can have
That's
Tar and
everything.
train. Because isn't he pretty?
You know Ishtik's not trained. Max.
Yeah, Ishtik.
No, he's maxed out.
So maybe Ishtik outside of the game, do we think that there's a chance, like if we send someone to go work, that something could happen, or will it just be like, oh, the DC succeeds or it doesn't?
Potentially.
Okay, because that is a good point that people don't like Ishtik here. So maybe if at most we send him to scavenge, and then we like.
I guess yeah, that would make more sense.
You could also keep him on the ship.
Sure.
If you guys were concerned.
He's maxed out.
Send him with somebody.
True, or he could come with us as a companion.
So we should have somebody work.
Mm-hmm. Do we want Bale and Kathy or like
They can scavenge along their
Ripley.
way back to their house.
True?
So I feel like that would make more sense. We can have
So Bale and
Easton
Kathy
work, because I feel like he could probably work.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ishtik can come with us. Ripley can scavenge, and Taryn can train.
So the only thing I did want to ask is because of like the modifiers that we have, which will help. Easton will have a +2. Taran will have a +2. Ishtik has a +4. Just saying. I mean, I'm totally fine with keeping it with us as well, though.
To this guy. Pilot.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting in trouble.
We can have him stay the ship. Kind of
They'll stay and
keep
like
the
stake the ship.
upkeep the ship. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so then Bale and Kathy will scavenge. Was it Taran was gonna train?
Yeah, because if he goes up, like it's +3.
Yeah.
So I mean that would make sense to me.
And then Easton will work. And then do we
Ripley
want
will scavenge,
just do 2 scavenge and then one of each of the
or
other.
he can work.
Oh no, it doesn't matter. I don't.
We don't have a who's work. Do we say Easton's working?
Yeah.
Easton's working.
So Bale and Kathy are scavenging. Tarn is training. Easton is working. Ripley can do
he
whichever
can
one.
scavenge.
Okay. I guess.
Or wait, what's he at? Because we can have him. No, it wouldn't really make that much of a difference because he'd be +2.
What's Taran doing?
He's gonna.
He's
train.
training. Yeah, like,
I'm not missing anyone.
he can work.
Yeah. And then Ishtik will stay with.
Yeah. That's what I got.
And then Kite's gonna be gone anyways. Could we have Kite do like scavenge? I figured not, but just in case. So
Josh not bad.
the Easton Tarn Bailey Kathy. Let's do it. Yeah.
Sure. Wonderful. We'll start with Easton working. Easton has a
We have a
So
plus
+2.
+2.
all the way. Yeah, right there.
Great.
Very top.
+2 is your favorite companion. Lovely. Go ahead, give me the work. He is scavenging. DC 14.
Who wants to
He
roll
was
for
working.
initiative?
Sorry, hold on. He's working.
So it's
Hmm.
So 10.
you've been hot tonight. I think you should roll for that.
That'll do it. Give me 2d8 holds.
All right.
Barking.
78. Thank you. Well, baby. Ah, 6.
6 needs to work.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm just gonna write them on mine,
Yeah, do it.
and then we'll dole them out.
Or just one person can just have. I mean,
Actually, yeah.
how many folds do you have, by the way? 0. Give us some folds. Give me a couple folds.
No, wait. So have 1d6 folds. You got some money to carry
Yeah.
around.
It's like he has a bit.
When them fancy clothes.
Minimum of 2. Oh, minimum.
Or 2 folds. Okay.
Okay. Who wants to roll for Ripley's scavenging?
Scavenge is DC 14.
I'll roll.
Okay.
And then what's his? Does he apply?
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like this. Give me a 1d6.
1.
Let's go.
Okay. Cave grass and an ornate pipe. Whoever has it, it does not. Oh, it does not require attention, but it grants +1 to the nature skill. Who is gonna have?
When we see it, I'm gonna say, "Oh, that stuff's good." Since I've
You get.
thank you.
And for that, you can roll the next scavenging roll.
Yep.
Okay, Kathy. Or they go.
I need
Shirt
to-
is
It's a shirt.
That's the game of life. It's kind of bad.
He's tired after daycare.
Mm.
Who's flex?
Hurts. You never wait.
Oh, 1-year-old.
Oh.
Careful. It is first of all. Just give him the dice.
He doesn't want us to see.
You don't like the finer things.
DC 14 with a plus. Who's this? Bale Kathy?
Yeah,
+0. DC 14.
Nope.
that's all right.
Okay, we got one at least.
Okay, last one.
All right, Cole.
You can roll for.
Taran. DC 12.
Part of this
Trade
now.
Taran.
Hey.
Great. Okay, so he gets a level up. What do you guys want?
Or do we just bring him to a +3?
+3 is pretty useful.
Or do we try and just get to the all PCs? I don't know. What's everybody thinking?
We can do. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do PC with the highest AC raises by 1.
Work towards the best ability.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. I now set you loose on Cobbletown. As soon as you guys step off, you're at the docking platforms. Ishtik will walk off. He was like, he actually waited to park in a certain area for a very long time. Slowly parked, and this lady, perfect music, comes out. He walks out to her. And Ishtik goes, "Vessa Stacks!" And she says, "Hey, how you doing?" And she goes, "Nice to meet you, Ishtik." And he goes, "I brought friends." And she goes, "You only friend? I didn't know you had friends." And he goes, yeah, back here. And she goes, nice to meet you. I'm Vesta Stacks. Anybody who's a friend of Stick's a friend of mine.
We've heard great things about you.
She goes, good to hear. I'd have to twist his head around again if he was telling lies about me. Anyways, what do you need? And then he goes, just here to upgrade and figure some stuff out. And he goes, as normal. And I got some ships just for sale, just for you, Ishtik. Nobody else. Okay. So he'll start doing that. You guys can decide to do your own thing first, and then the big thing. Or you could do the big thing first, then the group thing. Or you could all go get your own thing and then decide. It's up to you guys.
Well, I'd rather do my thing while I still look presentable. So I'll be back.
Okay, that is your thing. You'll find your way to the stacks, or the cluster. Stacks, cluster, bustle. And when you get to the cluster, you're just going to go in and find the...
Door 12, third green door on my right.
Beautiful, you go in. What do you two want to do? Or you three, sorry.
I'm still going to be really, like, nervous, you think? Because I can sense that magic. And so I'm not going to participate, but I am going to seem apprehensive.
Okay, great. You two.
I'll go with them, but I'm not going to say anything.
Most jobs can be found in the cluster. Then again, Bale and Kathy did offer somebody to come and get dirt on Lid later, which she claims would be very important. But you guys don't have to. We try to convince Sword to do that one.
Want to go get some dirt?
Sure.
So it's a one-person job. If the other person wants to go do something, maybe try to earn money elsewhere. But both of you want to do it, you're welcome to both do it. But
What else? If we had like a list of things.
oh yeah, you get to the cluster,
Yeah.
and at the cluster there lies a community job board that a few people seem too invested in. Outside and near it, however, is a man shouting about mercenary work. If nothing around here tickles your fancy, there's a nearby tavern you could walk in, and I'm sure there's a whole list of characters that would want to enlist your services. Out of those three options, the guy shouting about the merc, the job board, and the bar, which do you guys want to investigate?
I would go look at the board first.
Okay, what about you two?
Well, same.
Great.
Well, I'll go to the board.
Okay, there are 8 jobs listed. Who's going to read the job board out?
The Rat King's offering needs fresh heads. The Crete Rat King beneath the city needs an offering to maintain our coppercraft buoyancy. Some call him a myth. I think he mans the wind flaps that open, the wind increases. Either way, we need 4 flesh or silver heads. Doesn't matter if they're living, undead, or something in between. Bonus photos of the heads are making funny faces when delivered. See Scrappy Jim at the old Braxite silo before starting for details. Vomit cleaners needed, no experience required. Last Blood and Wine games are not under-deliver. Now there's blood all over the bustle, and someone needs to clean it up. Need a fearless soul to claim the match before it crows to the floor. We provide gloves, 1 size fits most, 1 full of each 10-gallon bucket selected. Test subjects for experimental coppercraft engine. Survival not guaranteed. The mad engineer Farnak needs test subjects for his new experimental coppercraft engine. Volunteers must find a waiver before boarding. Family or next of kin must be notified of your obliterated. We're looking for people who don't want to live anymore. Let's make this like fun. 20 bullets if you somehow live. I need a guy killed. See Portis at March for hires no stacks. If it's you, I need killed. Just come do yourself. That holds.
I think 25 holds.
Bounty for Axel Page spies, alive or dead. Rumor has it sneaking Axel and spies have infiltrated the city, snooping around our coppercraft hangars. Bring us proof of anyone acting suspiciously. If you're feeling creative, you can always make someone look like a spy. We don't ask questions here. Your tips will be investigated over the winds. See Felix in the bustle for more. Need more bones for Daku and Elkin's culture. Need more boons for the underpits where we throw the double dead bodies. Wooden stacks. The Rat King was dethroned by a gnarly new monster who's down there feeding on the bodies using the Rat King skull as a shit can. But nevertheless, we need some bones, and there's Limitless down there. We can't have Daku showing up to see his beautiful sculpture, and his honor is lacking a femur or something. Wanted. Ghost Herder. Hey y'all, Leslie here. Bastard Heath at the Fieldton Shrine. Can't sleep again. Keeps getting haunted. I know it's not your problem, but he's the only godly man worth a damn in this city. Plus his wife makes good picked rat tongue.
No.
And you don't let charity grub like that go unappreciated. Before you ask, no, I don't know what these ghosts want with him. No, I don't know how to remove them. That's what I'm hiring for. I'll be at the shrine. Come speak with me if you want to help. No folds. Do the right thing. I don't want to read that.
Read this one.
Don't think I can find the perfect one for you? Game on, sluts. Let's see if I can't find the perfect match for you horny sluts. I bet you I can get your tiny prick hard or your dry snatch sweating with one blind date. My crystal ball of love works wonders and rarely misses. Not the erotic type? That's fine. I'll have your heart palpitating in the non-scary way when you meet who I have in store for you. 5 folds if I don't find your forever person. I will use Zone of Truth to find the liars.
And to think Ryan had to think of that.
So that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, it's unfold.
Game on, sluts.
That is the job board.
That's the board.
The two that know about the top 10 would find this normal. There's types of jobs that,
Good spy one.
okay. Great. Spot.
The bounty for the Axeling spies.
So you will turn in Axeline spies. The place you just came from was a bunch of Axelines. Harin and Kaif are both Axelines. Just to keep you aware of it. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. I'm just letting you know, because I know you might not have the lore mastered. There also is Balin Cathy's thing. There's the bar. And there was one other thing.
The guy who needs to get killed.
Yeah, and his was on there. He's the guy shouting. Number 4. I need a guy killed. He's the one. He's the merc standing there.
25 goals.
Yeah.
At that moment, everyone give me a wisdom saving throw.
Even me?
I would not be you.
Because I'm not there.
Yeah, not you.
Okay. It's like, this little city?
Nat 20.
I want to use Flash of Genius on myself.
I'm going to give you advantage, first off.
Oh, okay.
So,
Right.
yeah, you too, to see if you get legendary.
I would like to use Flash of Genius. I get to add my intelligence modifier 5 times per long rest.
Great. I love
To
that.
any roll.
Any roll?
Or any ability or saving throw.
Great. That's wonderful.
Me or somebody else.
Long rest?
Yeah.
14.
25.
Yeah.
What'd you end up with?
9 plus 6, 14.
14s will fail. You both will be frightened, which is funny because you're probably the two people that have heard about this. Sora seems...
Oh wait, when I take advantage, so I'll have nat 20 still, right?
Well, do you... Oh, because you have disadvantage? Well, I don't know.
You said I had advantage, so I would take the nat 20.
Yeah, why'd you say
14. Because that's you said roll again. Yeah, my second
Or advantage. That's my bonus. Yeah. So what's your 20? 20 plus...
It was a nat 20.
It was a nat 20.
Okay, so you're good.
Yeah.
You're not threatened. You will know exactly what this is. You will have a very calming presence about what you see. But this strides on Cobbletown. And it just walks amongst... And people start running towards it.
What is that?
You would know this is the mother. coming to take somebody because it is their time to go.
Let's relay that to the people.
I'm gonna sense his fear and
Don't be
ask.
firm.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask. Do you think it's your time? Do you think she's here for you?
No.
It's dark.
Just ask. Try to find scared.
And then she'll just like over people like, and she'll just point, and the guy will just disappear, and then she will disappear.
Yeah, and then we know this is supposed to be in reference to Lezion, right?
Yes.
And I'll look at you, and then my eyes say that I don't believe this is true. And I'll say, people believe it's the mother, but what if it isn't? I always imagined her to be a lot more beautiful.
There's something beautiful about her, but
And then the people are like, oh, fuck you. It's like,
I do think it's very ironic to say that to the mother.
I didn't get chosen.
yeah, right. And then obviously that would be the mother, if it's true, comes and finds whoever is truly ready to pass on to actually nothing. Okay.
I would.
That was at you. You both look. Ishtik's wearing a hood.
There's that,
Like the
it's like it's just the hood, but then it's like those things like still like
like
Now.
now.
and he runs over and he goes, you don't really know what to do. And he goes, I have something that needs to be done if you want to do that.
what is?
He goes, you have to trust me first.
Okay,
But you could do something else if you want to.
no, I trust you.
Okay, come. And he takes off.
I'll go to the bar.
Okay.
Because it seems secretive.
Yeah, at the bar, it is called Remembrance. This tavern is lined with relics from the old world of Pardus. Things that perhaps were once useful or even considered antiques are now worthless and donated to the cobble town inhabitants' favorite tavern. Each little trinket held up on the wall was dropped from the skies of the Bastardlands after its usefulness to the old world had been faded. The main piece worth admiring in this is a massive iron head that anyone who knows anything about military would spot that it's famously constructed for the Rolling Thunder deployed by the Goldscale dynasty during the 1,000-Year War. Rolling Thunder is essentially like a military tank. There are several bartenders in here to pay for your drinks. It's simple. Leave something from the old world, and you're welcome to stay and drink as long as you want. There are 3 people in here that seem unsavory. Everyone is kind of smelly and gross, but there's 3 that stand out. There's a Halaju dwarf who looks like he's seen too much battle. He's been screaming about a battle at Dragon Tree Temple and how he's the one who was tasked with setting the Zyre bombs, claiming that he has set Zyre bombs out in the Bastardlands and he will explode them and he has 15 folds for whoever could defuse them. There's a mad doctor named Lindenbaum. He's a second-hand cleric. His second-hand cleric got bit by a infectious undead and is not bouncing back very well. And he needs to do some more intense methods, and he needs somebody to help hold down this guy while he investigates on him. And lastly, there is a guy you would probably know about, just because he's a local legend called Maggot Jaw Lem. He's a Dinian who's crying in the corner. You would know that he herds ghouls.
The bombs.
Don't
Don't also want to lose a character.
Would be really
You guys did all of the missions.
Yeah.
There's everything on the board. Everybody at the bar. There is Bale and Kathy, who say that they can give you a leg up later on. And then there's Ishtik. You guys can do whatever you want.
I'll talk with you because we're the only ones left in the bar.
Yes.
Say one of us needs to do this Bale and Cafe thing. I assume it's important. The other person should find a job. I have, I think, one of these two of these jobs I would like to do.
I'll go to
Yeah,
Bale
so if
and
you don't
Cappy.
have anything you would want to do, then I would appreciate that.
I will go to Bale and Cappy.
Great. You'll go find them. Do you knock first?
Yes.
Good.
Because
Right. A few days later, they'll open the door and say, "Oh, great." They say, we, she says, my father has a few playthings, and one of them I think has spoken, could have a lot to say about him. We should go investigate her, interrogate her. Nicely, or not nicely. Will you do this?
yes.
Okay. She says, great. You and Bale will go. He knows where she is. She lies in the cluster. And they'll take you to the cluster. You'll go through. What are you doing?
I think I want to try to defuse these long.
Oh my god.
Great. You will go up to the Hallaju, who's just like, oh, I was Dragon Tree Temple. They made me. He goes, I can't roll a die anymore. My luck is shot.
Yeah. Do you need the bombs diffused, or do you just need them to not kill anybody?
And he goes, preferably diffused. If you diffuse them, I'll pay more because I'd like to reuse them.
Okay.
15 folds diffused, 8 if you just destroy them.
Okay.
And he goes, well, I need to go sober up. How about to my home, and then we depart. Yeah. And he goes, great, follow me.
And then I'll ask him if he knows how they work.
And he will say, yes, they require a magical spark, you could say. I have strapped them to be buoyant in the winds so that they float up in the skies. Hopefully you have a ship that you can use. You have a ship? Or can you fly? Wait, do I know your kind?
Maybe.
Okay. Stumbling around, hitting stuff.
He's defusing the bombs. And he needs a ship.
Yeah, I don't have a ship. It's currently in the shop right now. I can probably go rent this.
No, we can use mine. I just didn't want to. And he goes, to my house first. And he kind of stumbles his way towards the cluster and he goes, those people don't realize that the cheapest houses are here. They go and they make the state the best. Fools, fools, fools. He kind of like, oh, he's like stumbling to get there, but he finally just falls in front of a door. And he goes, it's in there. Will you go retrieve a tonic inside for me? It will heal me, make me not so drunk.
Yeah. I'll...
You'll go in.
Yeah.
Look for it. Okay. All right. After you head in, we will now cut to Ishtik and Sora, and he's walking with you, and he says, he goes, well, what I'm doing is risky, but I need your help to get back at some people that were really mean to me.
I don't know if we need to have any retaliation.
He goes, no, not gonna hurt anybody, but make me look good. Is that retaliation?
I guess it depends on what your plan is.
And he says, well, if I tell you and you don't do it, I'm gonna get killed. It's hard to explain when you don't know, but you have to trust me.
Is this dangerous for me?
Not any more dangerous than everything else you've done.
And is it dangerous for you right now, or only if you tell me and you don't do it?
Yeah.
Only if you tell me.
Yeah, you could go do something else if you want.
What are you? You're gonna do it anyways?
No, if you don't help me, I just won't do it.
How come if you tell me, then you're in danger?
Well, the answer to that is in the explanation that I can't tell you.
Okay, tell me.
You'll do it?
Die.
I don't think you'll die.
And I don't have to hurt anyone?
That I can't promise.
What if we come up with a different plan that makes you look good but doesn't involve any risk? Does this mean that much to you?
Yes. Not worth your life, but I know that I think you're strong and you won't die.
Can you give me a hint as to what it would be?
Give me a persuasion.
No.
Oh no! Your eyes look crazy, eh?
14.
14. He goes, it has to do with the games of blood and wine. You can say no now if you want, and go do something
I've
else.
heard about these games.
I can't.
What skill helps you succeed?
You. You are the skill that helps me succeed. And just everyone here mocks me, except Fest. And this would make it so they don't mock me anymore.
Would we have to cheat in the games?
Yes. Yep. Definitely.
I think the thing is it doesn't matter if people mock you. What matters is how you feel about yourself. And us going and cheating in these games won't help you feel any more skilled in that area.
Yes.
Not if I'm the one doing it for you.
Yep.
Right? So
Well, but that's about the games, it would. It's really one of those things that I can't explain until I explain it. If you don't want to, that's okay.
okay, let's do it.
Promise?
Yeah.
Because you really seem on the fence about
I'm on the
this.
fence about it for sure.
But once I tell you, you're not on the fence anymore.
I have to do it once you tell me.
Yes. Okay? If you really don't want to, you don't have to.
Are there folds involved?
Yeah. If you win. If you don't die.
I'm gonna roll and see.
Okay.
Oh, that's right on the fence. I'm gonna say I don't think it's in our best interest today, but I will do something in the future to make it up to you. And I want you to remember that you have a whole team with you now who does look up to you and thinks that you're important. So it doesn't matter what these people.
Okay, fine, tell me. Then you'll die. And you can still decide not to after.
Okay.
Which does a long road to get to the place that you wanted to be at the very beginning.
I feel closer to you because of it.
Me too. Okay. The games of blood and wine. They're a town-wide trick. They get adventurers or average doors into plane, and then everyone watching gets anyone that's participating gets mauled, but you get tricked into playing. So, I wouldn't trick you, which is the breaking the rules part. You'd go in willingly, but I would have to tell everyone I tricked you. And then you win, and then everyone goes,
If I win,
usually killing.
it doesn't sound like me though.
Okay.
Right?
I suspect that some of the other people in our group are already participating.
Which ones?
I don't know. Anyone that's followed a fake job?
Will we have to? Will we have to fight each other?
No.
We could work together.
Yes.
So if I had friends on the inside, we could work together. Can you help me from the outside?
Yes. I can try to get the crowd on your side, and if the crowd's on your side, then you do better. And they don't throw blood at you. We actually want them to throw blood.
Okay. Okay.
Let's do it. Okay.
And Rogar would have loved this one.
Great. He walk you to the bustle and take you in. Go in there.
What should I say you tricked me into doing?
I don't know. What should we say?
I guess some stupid job, right?
Yeah, stupid job.
You needed me to heal somebody, probably.
Me? No, not me. Friend? I don't have friends.
Well, I mean, you look like you could use some healing, so I think that.
I don't want to go in. I say the healing's inside.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got it. Okay.
I'm ready. Okay, they go in. Now we'll be dealing with Akna. As you walk in to the date, you will see this person standing in front of you. And she says, "Hey." And then she's immediately decapitated. And you hear a giant crowd go.
That makes sense.
The rooms lighten to show a massive coliseum of depraved and bloodthirsty bastards here for the blood and wine games. The decapitation device was an axe hurled by a fan who is now being promptly stabbed by the guards. It was with this roar of the crowd that all three of you realize you are also participating in the games of blood and wine.
Me?
You have
As
been
well?
tricked. Yeah.
Oh.
When you went into his house to go get his tonic,
Yeah.
you were tricked. And Kathy let you and Bale straight into a trick as
Can't
well.
be trusted.
Vale also.
Yes, he's in there as well.
You should have straight up.
I'm gonna look for them.
Yeah, sure. You will walk out and find the arena is a giant domed cobble copper coliseum. The noise reverberating off of it is crudely supported structures. Nuts and bolts come flying down with a loud roar. The fighting pits of which you are all in have been secluded off into 4 right angle sections surrounding one large middle pit. You guys can flip that over.
I want to look and see, are the folds that she gave me real and still there?
Yeah.
It's worth it.
They're probably good characters.
In protected in protected box seats just above the 30-foot high walls are a private and selected section. Batting his little wings enough to keep his fat impish frame off of the ground is this character.
Wait, do you have my character from last time?
What was it? Oh, I might have put it in a.
You remember this? Well, voice going down.
There's one that just in there.
No, I don't have it. Which I feel like we should. That's why it's here. No, you don't have to know, yes. Weird.
Or I just think I have a sword.
Yeah. This guy is seen floating. And he says, "I'm the Killmeister. I have 4 tricksters here today, and they're going to walk around and find out. We're going to walk around and find out their stories. But first, let's go over our prizes. Yeah. There is the classic best trickster." Crowd cheers. "We're throwing into the mix most unscathed fighter." Everyone. He says, "Don't worry, we are bringing back our favorite award, coolest kills." Everyone's And then they run over to these poles that are centered in the middle of the audience, and they start bashing their heads into it and taking the blood and just flinging it at the Killmeister. That will introduce the crowd bonus. If you guys do something that appeases the crowd, you will get a +1 to hit, damage, and saving throws during the games. And he flies over, and Miss Mistress is standing in this section where you are alone now.
Me and her.
She's been decapitated. You're alone.
Oh, Miss Mistress is with.
No, she's in the selected seating.
Gotcha. Okay.
She is the quote-unquote trickster. You're back there where you walked in. That is all acid in front of you.
Oh, okay.
And he says,
New character.
and he goes, that's sick.
Oh, really cool.
I love that. I have painting supplies if you need them.
Well, I got painting supplies at home.
Great.
I can easily do it.
And he goes,
I'm
Miss
excited about
Mistress,
it.
always good to see you. And she goes, thank you, darling. And he goes, same old, same old. She goes, yes, this fool here was tricked into thinking that I was taking him on a date. Normally I am. Just don't take my word on it on the day of the blood and wine. And everyone's like, ha, they're laughing. They go, see if this lust-hearted boy can deal with my trap.
Can I see her right now?
Yeah.
Do I want to pull my dagger, go like that, point at her, and go like that? And then I'll look out over this way.
Yeah. And she goes, don't worry, honey. And then Killmeister goes, wait, tasty one. And she says, all you gotta do is get to the ball right there, and you win. Problem is, I've devoted a giant pool of acid. If you can get your way over it, go for it. But if you have to go around on the skinny ledge here, just make sure you don't knock over the vase I have. You don't want to find out what's inside. And then he flies over to you guys will see Princess Kathy standing up, and Bale kind of looks up at her and gives her a nod, and he looks to you, and he goes, he just gives you a nod, and he goes, it's okay. And then the Killmeister goes, everyone, it's the prodigal daughter of later Bone Split. He's alive and she's alive and well, and the crowd's like, boo.